You just listened to the story Lines That Wiggle, and we talked about verbs, and you wrote down a verb onto a piece of paper. A verb is an action word. It is a word that describes something that you can do. The verb that I chose was swim. So for the first step of my drawing, I'm going to write the word swim onto my paper, and I can write it anywhere that I want. I think for my drawing, I'm going to write it kind of at the top, but you could write it at the bottom, you could write it in the middle. You can put that word anywhere you want. After you're done writing your word, then you're going to go ahead and draw lines that show the same movement as your word. Everybody's lines could be different because you're going to use your imagination. So for swim, I think I'm going to start with some loopy lines that make me think of swimming under the water. I can repeat that same kind of line on my paper. I could also add in a different kind of line. Maybe I want to think about diving into the water when I swim. It's up to you how many different kinds of lines you want to draw on your paper. Once you feel like you have filled up your paper with lines, then you're going to go ahead and move on to the next step. The next step is you're going to use the thin markers at your table to trace your pencil lines. I'm going to start with blue. And while I'm tracing, I'm going to move my hand so that my hand stays, or I'm going to move my paper so that my hand stays comfortable. I can switch colors. I'm going to move my paper so that my hand stays comfortable. I don't want to twist my arm up like a pretzel to draw a line. I'm going to move my paper so that it's easy for my hand to trace over that line. You can decide if you want all of your lines to be the same color, if they're the same kind of line, or you can decide to pick different colors for each kind of line. It's okay if your marker doesn't stay right on the pencil line. If a little bit of your pencil shows through, you can always use a big eraser from your pencil box and erase those pencil lines. You would continue tracing all of your lines with markers. Once you have all of the lines traced with marker, go ahead and ask your teacher what the next step is for today. Next time you come to art, we're going to use colored pencils to color in our drawing.